Hi, fourth graders. So I'm hoping that you will get your animal adaptations behaviors packet out so that way we can do some science while we are so far apart, while we are distance learning. So it's your animal adaptations behaviors, so you can see it right on the screen. And then we're going to open to the first page. So we're going to be talking about animal instincts and the behaviors that animals have that are adaptations to the environment in which they live in. So the first sentence, or the first bulleted point, is an instinct is a behavior that an animal begins life with. So you are going to write down instinct, and then you need to write behavior, and then begins life with. So when an animal is born, it has all of these things that it already knows how to do. That's what an instinct is. So for example, when an animal is born, it already knows how to blink, right? That's an instinct. No one has to teach the animal how to blink. Some animals are born already knowing how to walk. So for example, like a horse, right, is born already knowing how to walk. But not all animals are born knowing how to do that already. It would not be an instinct for them. Think about us. We have to learn how to walk. We don't know how to walk. It's not something that we're already born with. So an instinct is something that you are born knowing already how to do without anyone teaching you. It's something that is internal because it's something that is going to help you survive. Or like breathing, right? No one teaches you how to breathe. You just already know how to do that. That's an instinct. That's a behavior that you already know how to do because that's something you're born knowing how to do. Instincts are adaptations that help animals meet their needs. Instincts are adaptations that help animals meet their needs. So if you think about different animals and the instincts they have, the adaptations they have when they are first born. For example, a fish, right? A fish, when it hatches from that egg, it already knows how to swim. No one has to teach it how to swim. But a baby bird who hatches from its egg does not know how to fly when it is first born. It has to learn. It has to be taught by its mother or father how to fly. So that is, the baby bird does not have the instinct to fly, but a fish has an instinct to swim. It's born already knowing how to do that. A whale is born already knowing how to swim, right? So that's an adaptation to help them meet their needs, because if a fish is born in water, so if a fish can't swim, then it won't be able to survive in its environment, right? It won't be able to meet its needs. So an example of an animal instinct is when monarch butterflies fly south for the winter. They fly south to have the food and climate that they need to survive. So monarch butterflies, no one teaches them that they have to fly south for the winter. That's an instinct. It's something they already know how to do. It's something they're born knowing how to do. They're born knowing that once the weather starts to change, once the climate changes, or they don't really know exactly why, when, how. Well, they know when they leave, but scientists have been studying this for a long time, and they know that we don't have the food up in our area, right? Because we don't have monarch butterflies up here, especially this time of year, right? It's winter time. It's cold. They're not going to survive here. They need to be where it's warm. And there's no food for them. The food that they eat is not available to them. So they have to leave our area. They have to go where it's warm, so that way they can find the food and the climate that they need to survive. Sorry, I'm going to move myself up to the top here. Monarch butterflies never learn to fly south for the winter. It is an instinct, something that they are born already knowing how to do. No other butterfly taught them to fly south for the winter. They are born knowing, I need to leave once it starts getting cold. I need to go where it's warm. So they are born already knowing that. It is an instinct. And we have a video we are going to watch. So what I want you to do while the video is playing, I'm going to play it right now. while the video is playing, I want you to be thinking about 2 important facts that you've learned from the video. 2 things that maybe you didn't know before, that you learned that were aha moments for you while you're watching the video. And then there's a form that I'm going to want you to fill out with your 2 facts that you learned from the video, and that will be a part of this this assignment. So you are so just make sure that you have, and you can write your 2 facts right here on your page, right? Just find out, there's an empty spot, find an empty spot to write your 2 facts down while you're watching the video, so you'll remember them to add to the form. Or you can watch the video a couple of times to help you remember and to know what the facts are. So I'm going to get the video started. I'm probably still going to be in the picture. I'm going to try to put myself strategically in a way where I won't be in the way. So I'm going to, so remember, you are looking for 2 facts, 2 interesting facts, 2 new facts to you, 2 facts that you've learned from watching this video. Hopefully it works. We're going to cross our fingers. Oh, at least I have a little circle. There we go. Just going to take a minute.
It's one of nature's great migrations, and also one of nature's great unsolved mysteries. Millions of monarch butterflies journey to the same place every year, some traveling more than 3,000 miles to get there. But it's also a place where none of these butterflies has ever been before. However, before we could fully appreciate their Herculean travel odyssey, we had to first discover where it was they were going.
These distinctive orange and black butterflies, the monarchs, are seen over large swaths of the United States. But every winter, they disappear, and we had no idea where they go until 1975. And then we discovered they were vacationing in Mexico. Right here, this is one of the reserves, Rosario. It is magical here.
In central Mexico, some 60 miles west of Mexico City, forests of tall Oyamel fir trees, pines, and oaks provide the resort of choice for most vacationing monarchs. Butterflies from across the eastern United States and Canada congregate in 14 different small reserves nestled high in the mountains. The forests provide shelter from storms and high winds, but primarily the trees offer warmth. Butterflies cling to trunks and branches in numbers so great, trees disappear under a blanket of wings. On occasion, as many as 24 million monarchs have been clustered in a single acre of reserve. Standing in the reserves, it can seem as if you're viewing an endless sea of butterflies. And the numbers are impressive, ranging from 70 to 100 million in recent years. But that's a fraction of the estimated 1 billion monarchs wintering in Mexico in the 1990s. Storms, extreme temperatures, habitat loss, pesticides have all played a part in their decline. And yet they persist. This great insect migration is even more impressive and mysterious when you realize we have no idea how they know where to go. The monarchs here in Mexico are called the Methuselah generation, living 8 to 9 months, or the equivalent of about 600 human years. Born in the United States and Canada, none have ever been here before. But somehow, they managed to fly to Mexico, survive the winter, and start the trip back north. They won't complete the journey. They will mate, give birth, and die. The next generation will revert to the typical monarch life expectancy of about 5 weeks, as will the following generation and the one after that. It is that third generation, after the Methuselahs, that will finally arrive at the birthplace of their great-great-grandparents. It will be yet another generation of monarchs, the Methuselahs, who return to these forests next year. And again, they will navigate their way south using some unknown internal genetic GPS system. But perhaps years ago, the local Mexicans had the best explanation for the mystery of the migration. Back when we in North America were still wondering where the butterflies went in the winter, the Mexicans were wondering where they came from. And because the monarch's arrival was close to the time the locals celebrated the Day of the Dead, many came to believe the butterflies were the spirits of departed ancestors.
So, that was a pretty amazing video. Had some awesome facts about monarch butterflies. So please think about the 2 facts that you want to add to the Google form that's going to be on this assignment, and put those 2 facts in there. And then we will be back to talk about more instincts that animals have. I loved how they talked about how it's amazing how those butterflies have never been there before, right? Those butterflies that are there in Mexico are not the same ones that were there the previous year, because their life expectancy is very short. So it's just amazing, amazing, amazing how they just have this internal something inside them, something they're born with, an instinct to go to Mexico where it's warm. All right. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to put those 2 facts on the Google Forms and then submit it. Thank you. Bye.